Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Janmadhyasya Yatonvayaditarata Charthe Subhigya Swarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Dikavaye Muhyante Suraya Tejo Vari Mridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trishargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 13th chapter, beginning from verse number 12. We read how after Manu and Satrupa they came out from the body of Brahma, they approached the Lord, and Manu with folded hand surrendered himself to Brahma and asked that what service he can do for him to please him. So Brahma said that he was very pleased with him because Manu has submitted himself with sincerity, without any material motives. And he also said that this actually is the duty of a son and also a disciple towards the father or guru, that he worships the father with his power, ability, and with respect, without any feeling of animosity or jealousy. So he ordered him that Manu should produce children who are qualified like himself, Manu, and he should rule over the earth and also worship the Supreme Lord by doing sacrifices. So now in verse number 12 he says that Param Susrushunam Mahyam Syat Praja Rakshaya Nripa Bhagavan Ste Praja Bharto Hishikesho Anutushyati. He said that this indeed is my great service, that you protect the people, Praja Rakshaya, that you serve me by taking care of people. So he was asked to produce children and also control or give protection to people. And then he says that Praja Bhartu, the Lord who is the protector, who is the real protector of everybody, Rishikesh, he will be pleased with you. So that means Brahma, he is informing to Manu that real goal is to please Lord Rishikesh, Krishna. So he says Rishikesho Anutushyati, and Brahma himself is working to please him. So he uses the word Anutushyati, that when Brahma will be pleased, then Lord Krishna will be automatically pleased. Yesham natushto bhagavan yajyalingo janardanaha tesham shramo hi aparthaya yadatma nadritasya. And then he says that those people who have not acted to please Krishna, who is the beneficiary of sacrifice, who is Yajnalinga, means sacrifice is his symbol, linga. Then He says that their endeavor, their work is useless. It doesn't mean anything. And the reason for this is Yada Atma Nadrita Swam, because they have not respected Atma. Atma means the super soul, which is the source of our own self. So that means the ultimate purpose of our work should be to please the Lord, not to please ourselves. Generally we work to please ourselves, and we always fail in that. Everybody fails miserably and consistently, without any exception. There is nobody in this world who is trying to please himself or herself and does not fail in this goal. And the reason for this is that it is not possible to please yourself without pleasing Krishna. It's not. It's like if you only take care of the body and your mind is dissatisfied, then your body also is dissatisfied. It will not function properly, because mind is superior to the body. Above the body are the senses, and above the senses is the mind, and then intelligence, and then soul. So nobody can remain satisfied. Sukhaya karmani karoti loke na tat sukham anyadapasramam. Everybody works for sukham, for happiness, but nobody gets it. So what is the reason? The reason is that you cannot be happy by trying to make only yourself happy. This equation does not work. It is a paradoxical thing. You can only be happy by making somebody other than you happy, which is God. So unless one pleases Krishna, one cannot be happy. You may feel some sort of happiness temporarily, because if you don't feel some little bit happiness, then you cannot suffer. So that little bit of happiness is arranged in the material world so that you can suffer. The purpose of this material happiness is to bring you back to suffering. So we suffer more and we enjoy little. Little enjoyment, so much problem. You can see Tiger Woods' story now. Right? Little bit of enjoyment. And now he is suffering. He has to go on suffering. He has to come on the, with that
Oprah
Winfrey show and
tell all.
And bear it all. And it is not going to end there. He has worked hard to make money and he has to give so much money. He already offered 5 million to his own wife. But to speak of others.
Which is ex-wife now.
So this is the story of material happiness. Every material happiness sooner or later will strike you back in the form of misery. So those who are intelligent people, they feel or they know this, that the happiness comes only by pleasing Krishna. And this is actually the central theme of Srimad Bhagavatam from the very beginning. It's one of the 6 questions which was asked by Sonaka Rishi to Sut Goswami, that Bruhina Shraddha Dhananam Yen Atma Samprasedati, that please tell me what is going to please the Atma. So Sut Goswami has answered in the second chapter itself that Savai punsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhoksalya hetukya pratihata ye atma samprasinati. That Atma can be satisfied only by bhakti to Krishna, and nothing else can please. So this same theme is developed. We saw this in the question answer of Vidura and Maitreya, and now we are seeing this in the story of the first human being, Manu. So Manu, he surrendered to his father Brahma, and Brahma was pleased, and then he is ordering him, because Manu asked that what service I can do to you. So he gave him 3 duties: that you produce children, protect the people, and worship the Lord. And now he is again repeating, and he says that this is my real service. Param susrushunam mahyam syat praja rakshayanirva. Says you are a king, and even king is meant to do service. King is not for enjoying. People think that somebody is king, he is enjoying. He is using the word king in Ripa, but is saying susrusha, that you have to do service. So these posts are only to serve. According to one's qualification, ability, one is given a position to serve. So he says that if you can protect people, what is the meaning of protecting people? So that people, they remain on the path of devotion. That is the real protection. Not that you give them social security and health insurance and then they do nonsense. That is not protection. Because you are not protecting them, they are still suffering. You can give any amount of security. If they are not engaged in devotion, they will suffer. Because what mind will do? Mind is a very interesting machine inside this body. It's the most amazing thing, this mind. I always observe it. That how it is non-stop going. It does not let you rest in peace. Even when you close your eyes, then it is working. It's working more when you close your eyes than when you are open it. And there is always a monologue. You don't need anybody to talk to. You can talk to yourself. So the poor soul cannot remain in peace. But actually if you can stop it, then you can feel peace. So that stopping is possible only if you fix this mind on Krishna. There is no other way. Of course you can try to do meditation and follow Eckhart Tolle to be in the present, but it doesn't work. Maybe for a few seconds. It's very interesting to read what he writes, but try to practice it. So only he says Rishikesh, because Krishna is called Rishikesh. Rishika means senses, which includes the mind, and he is the Isha.
No.
He is the master. He is the controller. So you better give it to him, that you please handle this. Otherwise this guy will keep on bothering you day and night. This is a very interesting machine. We are all born with it. And that it goes on hassling you day and night. Your eyes can become weak, your ears become weak, you cannot digest your food, but mind goes on. It does not become weak. It will keep on bothering you. Actually it bothers you more. That's why old age is suffering. Why old age is suffering? Because of the mind. Because when the senses are there, at least you can try to satisfy the mind. It wants to enjoy food, okay, give food to your stomach and digest it. or you can hear music or dance. And when you become old, you cannot do any of these things, but all the demands are there from the mind. So you suffer, and if you have done it, then you suffer more. Because then all these samskaras, they rise up so strongly. More the senses become weak, more the samskaras trouble you. So that's why better to work now when we have the ability to control and put it in service of Krishna. So Brahma therefore is saying to Manu that you perform this activity of protecting. So Bhakti is Kriya Yoga, it is the yoga of action. Because giving up action is very difficult. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Nahi kaschit shranam api jatu tishtatya karmakrit. Not sit without performing action. So if you renounce, then it is more problematic. He also says in 12th chapter that Klesho adhiktaram tesham avyakta shakta chetasam. It's more problematic. Avyakta hi gatir dukkham deha vadhiravapyate. So more troublesome to follow the path of complete renunciation. Bhakti is easy because we have the senses, and instead of just restraining them, you can utilize them in service, as Brahma is showing by the example of Manu. But that action should be performed for Krishna's pleasure, not for my sense gratification. That is the only difference. So then he says, Bhagavanste praja bhartur hrishikeso matushyati. He says then, Lord will be very pleased if you protect, because he is Bhagavan. And if Manu says that, why is that I have to please Bhagavan? Why shall I waste my time in pleasing someone else? Why not me? Because this is how we are trained, that I should work for my own pleasure. Why work for somebody's pleasure? I don't even see him. So, hello.